Right, insiders say David Beckham's sisters could be the secret weapon when it comes to a reconciliation for the family. Joanne and Lynne are apparently still close to their nephew Brooklyn, and they're still followed on social media by Brooklyn's wife Nicola, apparently. It got us thinking about the role of the auntie and just how important they are, especially to you, Brenda. We know about you and your auntie.
Yes.
Auntie Pam.
Auntie Pam. Auntie Pam. Auntie Pam is my godmother. And so she, when Mum and Dad passed, she stood up for her godmother role and responsibilities and took me and my brother in. And she is my mum.
Yeah.
You know, I look at her as my mum, and I go to her for all advice, as you know. But the beauty of having an auntie like my Auntie Pam, I don't always have to ask for the advice. Auntie Pam will give it to me whether I've asked for it or not.
Unsolicited advice is exactly what an auntie does.
But the thing is, it usually is the correct advice, even though I go around the houses to not listen to it.
Even at your big old age.
Even at this big old age, she'll still tell me stuff and I'm like, no, but then it turns out that she's right. So aunties are really good for pulling people together and they speak their mind of the situation that, you know, while people might be thingy-footing around it, come out and say it and let's address it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because your kids have a really close relationship with the aunties.
Yeah, I mean, my Kaori is really, really close to her auntie Zena. So I'm an only child, so I don't have any siblings. But her great auntie, my auntie Zena, they are so close. So in her room, she's got like a picture of her, and I was like, when she was choosing pictures, I was like, can I just ask? I was like, is there going to be a picture of Mummy at all? You know, I was like, you know, she was, you know, decorating her new bedroom. I was like expecting to get some kind of place, somewhere, anywhere. No, she's like, no. She was like, oh, you know, it's like, you know, but Mummy, I love Auntie. Oh. Fabulous.
Oh, great.
This is going really, really well. But at the same time, I'm really happy about that because I always say to my children, if there's ever a time where you can't talk to me, you know, there may be tensions going on, or maybe I've said something that you don't like, or I've, you know, given you some rules that you don't want to actually adhere to, go to your auntie because it's a safe place to go. She's like one step away from me. So just go to her, talk to her, have that conversation. So I encourage that conversation because they can bridge that gap. Sometimes if they don't feel like they can talk to you about something, an auntie can bridge the gap and, you know, and really bring that reconciliation.
Yeah, and the thing is, Judes, as you know only too well, aunties don't need to be somebody's sister or somebody's great aunt. Aunties come in all shapes and sizes, don't they?
Definitely, and I'm blessed to say I've got, you know, my kids have got aunties who are my siblings, but they also got aunties. Do you know what I mean? They class you guys as aunties, and it's such a blessing. I think from cultural aspect where we are grown with this respect for elders and calling it aunties. Yes, we can call everyone aunties, but there'll be particular ones who actually step up to the role. And like what you were saying, having that other person in times that they can go to, I think is really important, especially in this day and age right now where there's so much other distractions for young people. I love being an auntie. I absolutely love being an auntie. I like to be the auntie that they come and tell me all the juice. I like to be the auntie that I hear all the stuff that their parents hasn't heard. I like to be the auntie that they want to tell their parents something, but they want me to be present. And I like to be the auntie that I can be fun and light, but when I need to tell them about themselves, like, they're still willing to sit there and take it. But I do say there is, like, two different kind of aunties, you know. There's the auntie that you want to be, and then there's the auntie, where for us, we've got those auntie, like the elder aunties. And I realise that I've been trying to cling on to not being the auntie yet. Like, when you're at a function, I was still trying to be that young one coming in, oh my God, like just being all up in the business on the dance floor. And I went to an event the other day, and I have now been upgraded to the auntie. Oh. Babe. And you know how I realised I was the auntie? I was sharing the food. I said, no. So I decided to share the food with a little juice, a little cocktail. I was still trying to be, like, the young auntie. Yeah. Because it was like, how has this happened? I remember being, like, in my 20s and going to family functions and turning up a little bit late with a new boyfriend or not staying long because I got a party to go to, and all the aunties like, oh, you get biggie, oh, how is college, how's uni? Yeah. And now I'm doing that. Yeah. And it's just mad how things change and how roles move and how actually important important it is to be present, because for those aunties who are not family, but they're aunties in the community, for aunties who are friends, and for aunties through blood, it's like those are the ones that really are there for us. I don't have my mum now, but my godmother, who is an auntie, and other elders are auntie, I knew I could turn to your auntie if I needed to, and I think they make such an impact in our life, and I'm so grateful for them.
Well, I mean, you know, my Auntie Eleanor I'm exceptionally close to, and, you know, really is my mum's best friend, and so when my mum passed, this is us at my friend Simon's wedding last year, you know, my Auntie Eleanor is the one that I turn to when I need help and advice and what have you. And actually, as a result of how close my mum was with her sister, my two are very close with my sister. So my sister bought my son an iPad for his birthday last year. I wasn't necessarily very happy about it. But she wanted to do it because she wanted to be able to keep in touch with him because she doesn't live here anymore. And so what she does do is like literally 5-6 times a week, can I call Auntie Karina? Can I call Auntie Karina? Can I call Auntie Karina? And that's Alfie. And he'll sit there on the iPad and they'll just be chatting nonsense for like ages and ages and ages. And that's who he wants to talk to. And I just love the relationship that she has and my brother has with both of my two, because as you say, if they don't feel like they can talk to me about something or talk to their dad about something, that they can talk to their aunties and uncles about it, it's important.
And it's the experience I have. My auntie, who's my mum's sister, she came to my house for dinner a couple of weeks ago, and my God, she was telling me all the juice. Let me write this down. This is gold. Love Auntie Blossom.